piece Sons of Slaves came about through, it was after the July the 7th bombings, and I was terrified to go back onto the tube. It was that feeling of watching anyone with a rucksack and feeling like you should change carriage all the time, and it's just horrible. And you could see the nervousness in everyone's eyes. And then I thought, well, the tube is still packed at rush hour, and why is it that everyone essentially feels like they're risking their lives just to go to work? But of course, it's the money. You've got to. It's just, and it was really just a thought about how we're all ruled by the economic system that we exist in. My work is essentially an exploration of who I am and what makes me who I am, which mostly means an exploration of popular culture, looking at songs that I love, films that have had some sort of influence on me, like Star Wars or Enter the Dragon, and also comics and everything, really, just everything. I work with moving images because it's a format that a lot of the things that I want to talk about are in already, such as music videos, just normal television, films, computer games. They're all screen-based, so it makes a lot of sense to make the work about them on the screen. And also, my films have quite a strong performative development, and of course, once you get into performance, then you get into acting, and it makes sense for it to be on a camera in a moving image. I think that a piece like Sons of Slaves has quite different implications in different contexts. So you get, say you watch it on the internet, you've got the whole reference of YouTube and MySpace, and then watch it on a cinema screen, and suddenly it's huge, and it gives it a different sort of authority. In a way, I think I prefer the domestic setting, watching it just on a little television, because it's quite a intimate little film. So that's where I prefer it to be watched. How do they move me, or how do they move? Well, technically, I suppose they move through being a sequence of stills, which is where I always think of films as just animated paintings, really, because you've got it's just a sequence of images with a few words thrown in for good measure. But what's strange about films is how that they can make you feel things that perhaps I find it harder to feel about something real, like that a fiction can be more affecting than a real event. Say, someone dying in a movie can have more of an immediate impact than, say, my grandfather dying 10 years ago. And that's always been curious to me.